Finally. Figured out what I did wrong. Come back, everyone! Come back! Okay, I'm finally back and everything's the way it should be. And it's halftime. So, Packers are still up 14-6. Since I missed the first quarter in its entirety, I'm not sure who's going to get the ball in the second half. The Chiefs better hope it's them. Because they are in a bit of trouble. And they need to get some work in the red zone. I was kind of hoping they'd show Cardinals highlights at halftime on NBC, but given the Niners had such a bin over the Eagles in Philly, they were quite enamored with the 49ers' performance. And things did not go well at the start for them. The Eagles were outgaining them quite significantly. But quite obviously, the Niners came back in a furious fashion. Ugh. Yes, Kylie, you made it. Like an idiot, I forgot to plug it in. Or it's more like I was waiting to plug it in until the battery went down, but I forgot it tends to sneak up on you. Laptop didn't even last a quarter. So, sorry about that. And quite obviously, the scoreline didn't change while I was away and trying to figure out why I couldn't get chat anymore on the second attempt. Apparently, you can't make it if you make it appropriate for kids, it won't let you do that. It disables chat. I'd forgotten about that fact. So, looks like the Packers are going to kick off, and the Chiefs will indeed get the ball at the start of the second half. And they desperately need to get something going. Hopefully, they made their halftime adjustments. Oh, don't let it go away. Man, this sport risks getting more boring by the minute if they don't bother to do any kick returns. And they're not going to do anything at the corporate level to make those things more interesting and potentially score. But enough of my ranting. Kelsey's wide open again. And he gets to the 46. Although he's limping a bit. Mahomes went in shotgun and it faked the handoff to I think it was Kadarius Toney. Now he's back to pass again, and Mahomes is forced to scramble, and he gets the pass off to Pacheco for a first down, but one of Jade's headbands went flying, and it's holding on the offensive line. Taylor is the guilty party. Yeah, he didn't need to grab him because Mahomes had already gotten out of the pocket. So it's 1st and 20. And of course, he put his hands up. That's usually a sure sign you did something wrong. All right, it's going to be a handoff to Toney. And he got a nice chunk yardage, but more flags on the field. I'm guessing it's going to be against the offense unless there was a neutral zone infraction. Eagle shift. So now 1st and 25. Yep. After that big gain on the first down. So 5 penalties for the game so far between the two teams. Pacheco, oops. Oh, he not only fumbled but got hurt. The fumble was recovered by 74 for the Chiefs again. They're going to do a 30-second injury timeout, it looks like. So Edwards-Helaire may hopefully get some more playing time. So we wait. Let's see. Apparently there's going to be another Godzilla movie. With Kong. They're really intent on milking this saga out for all it's worth. Okay, action's back. 2nd and 22. Mahomes back to pass. And it's off to Rice. Not exactly pick up a chunky yards play. Ugh. That Pacheco replay of his getting hurt was pretty rough. So it's 3rd and 18. Mahomes is going to get it to Kelsey. Looked like he was going to run it. But again, Kelsey found himself wide open. Packers defense might want to get a clue again. Apparently, the defense took the bait of Mahomes potentially getting a first down. So it's first down on the Packers 35. And Pacheco, astoundingly, is back. Oh, he's still on his feet. Gets the first down. Gain of 11. For a little guy, he certainly packs quite a wallop. Definitely not a Derrick Henry type. It's either bad tackling or he's just secretly Superman. Quay Walker seemed to have him, and then he didn't. Okay, quick pass by Mahomes to Rice, and he too gets a first down. You get a first down, you get a first down, you get a first down. We're under 11 minutes in the quarter. Pacheco again gauging yards out of the Lambeau Tundra. Got about 6. So 2nd and 4 at the 5, so it's not a first and goal situation yet. Rice is in motion, and he gets the quick pass from Mahomes, and he gets whoop. Ball came out, but they're saying the ball was down, or that Rice was down before the ball went out. And he got a first down. Yep. He's down. One elbow counts. Oh, and they go quick. No huddle, and Pacheco gets the touch. Oh, wait a minute. There's a flag. We got a conference. Both fouls are on the defense. Illegal substitution and offside. They decline the penalty. Result is a touchdown. So it'll count for Pacheco and his fantasy owners. I'm surprised that they refs didn't stop the play, because they've really made that a point of emphasis. But I guess since the Chiefs didn't sub anyone, the refs let it happen. And the Chiefs are going to go for 2. Mahomes is under center. Pacheco is in the backfield. Kelsey's in motion. They hand it off to Pacheco, and he's not going to get it. Too early to go for two. And whoever's in chat, welcome back. My favorite color, Kylie, is orange. Before Arizona got a team, my team was the Broncos. Because I had just started to like orange when my Phoenix Suns made the NBA Finals. And they're full of purple and orange. I immediately started drinking Orange Crush soda. And when the Denver defense was called the Orange Crush, I had my team. My brother was a Steelers fan, so I was very happy when the Broncos first went to the Super Bowl and the Steelers didn't. Unfortunately, they got blitzed by the Cowboys, and I've had it in for the America's team ever since. And when the Bengals made a point of emphasis to include more orange in their uniforms when they went to the striped unis, just as they happened to get better, they became my team too. Yeah, the Broncos have had quite the good history since that first Super Bowl appearance. Their first 16 years, they were lucky to get a winning season. They were to the AFL what the Steelers had been to the NFL before the merger. But at least the Steelers made the playoffs at least once, maybe twice, though it took them 40 years to get their next appearance. So I'm happy the Broncos have done better since Sean Payton was the coach. Or since Sean Payton was made the coach, I should say. Of course, they had a close one against the Texans, who are hard to root against because they've been down for quite a while. And we're returning back to action. You're now projecting the Bills will win in 2025, not this year. Okay, well, Keyshawn Nixon is actually making a good run and gets it to the 32, though he ran quite the distance to get there. There's 9:31 left in the third. Good God. Love has mirrored exactly Rodgers' 2008 season. That's freaky. So Love's back to pass, and he gets it to Dillon, who makes an expert juke around Chanel, the Packers linebacker. Up, and Dillon's hurt now, but he's going back in. We got an injury on the Chiefs, too. Brian Cook, the safety for the Chiefs. You know, Tom Grossi probably should have an injury counter. And he's on the opposite end of his own sideline. Kylie, this heart symbol, that you people is in my way, so the Strauss. uh nah. Give it some more time. Like maybe when they get for once to the AFC finals. If he can do that in his rookie year, he may attain godlike status. I mean, if you watch the game, it was almost a majority Broncos fans, and it didn't even look like a sellout. It looked a lot better than it had before in terms of attendance, but still plenty empty seats. I actually should look that up on ESPN into what the official attendance figures were. I wonder if the NFL site would have that too. Typically, the ESPN website's pretty good with doing attendance figures. They certainly do it well for basketball. There we go, Houston, Denver. And we go to Gamecast as we have a commercial for the Taylor Swift Eras Tour movie. Well, it says it was a sellout at capacity, 71,670, but quite obviously a bunch of people didn't show. So we're back at Lambeau. They're having to bring out the cart. Never a good sign. Although I think they should bring out the cart whenever anyone has a lower body injury, regardless if they think they can get up on their own power and get back to the sideline. Well, Kylie, that was a scheduled game for us in Portland. It was actually supposed to be the Chargers and the Patriots. The football powers that be, fortunately, spared me from that indignity. Okay. So we'll have to figure out what Cook's injury is eventually. Oh. So it looks like a foot injury, or sounds like a foot injury based on what Tarico's saying. So quite a few Chiefs fans there, and probably hoping that this injury isn't too terribly serious. Watson's in motion as Love is in under center. Dillon's in the backfield. He gets the pitch. Gets a couple of yards, but only 2. And we're under officially 9 minutes to go in the third. It was nice seeing the Texans on CBS. You can bet your bottom dollar the last 2 years they weren't on anybody's TV radar. Okay, Love fakes the handoff to Dylan now on the 2nd and 8. He passes it to Jaden Reed, but he loses what Dylan gained. Nice tackle by the number 36, the cornerback, Sneed. Yeah, that was quite the tackle. Under 8 minutes now. Love's in shotgun. 2 receivers on each side of him. Dylan's to his left. Now back to pass. But he gets it off to Reed again. We're halfway through the quarter now. But he didn't get the first. Clock's running. Love is acting like he's going to run a play. Spagnuolo's trying to make a defensive call while Love's in the huddle. Spagnuolo being the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs. It's 4th and 1.5. They may best be trying to draw them offside. Oh no, they go for the play. Love is back to pass. He's forced backwards. Oh my goodness, he got it. Romeo Doubs, despite being surrounded by a host of Chiefs, catches it with his back turned. And he had to do the Aaron Rodgers thing and throw off of his back foot. Oh, number 21 slipped. I'm pretty sure if he hadn't done that, he would have gotten the interception. But now we got a handoff to Dylan, who is met in the backfield. And 43 was the tackler. So 2nd and 11. They can make a first down without getting the touchdown. Love appears to be audibling now. And he goes back to pass. Oh! Touchdown, Christian Watson. Oh, wait, there's a flag. Let's see what this is all about. Holding on the defense. Boy, Love put it up where the secondary could not get it, but Watson could. Williams had his hand up. It looked like it was high enough, but it just wasn't in the right place. So Carlson for the extra point, and it is good. Ooh, we got Calvin Harris, Feels So Close. I love this song. So, Packers making a comeback as far as their record goes. Oh, the Panthers are officially eliminated from playoff contention. We should alert the media. I'll probably have to check out the NFL highlights on YouTube to see how they managed to make a game of it. Because, yes, they do have a new coach, and you got to wonder why they bothered with Frank Reich in the first place. His last season in Indy was a disaster. He'd had a couple of years of success doing the quarterback by committee thing. But that's not who I would have picked. Now they got to start over again. So Jordan Love's keeping warm on the sidelines. Oh, yeah, that's right. He made his debut in Kansas City, Love did. Astoundingly, he almost came up with the win. And now we've got, the Chiefs are going to return it this time. Richie James, and he's got some space. Ooh. Yeah, Carlson was very short with that, was relatively short with that kick. He took it at the 2, and it looks like James got it up to the 40. Oh, no, only a 34. Still, 9 yards past the 25, so a good result. Mahomes hands it off to Pacheco again, who seems no worse for wear. He gets 5. Oh, Joe Barry, the Packers defensive coordinator, much maligned in the Packers verse among fandom. So 2nd and 5, Mahomes under center, Pacheco the lone back in the backfield. 2 tight ends, one on either side, and they get it to Pacheco again. He gets the first down. As he continues to make mincemeat out of the Packers defense. And Barry's covering his hand as the camera shows on him. Spies are everywhere. You gotta be careful. Oh, that's nice, Kylie. I got another subscriber. And there's Richie James, who can't get out of the grasp of the Packers, but he's able to push them towards the first down, which he gets. 37 really struggled to get him down after first contact. Boy, Mahomes has only had 2 incompletions. Moore's in motion as Mahomes goes into under the center. And we got a free play because the Packers jumped offside. And since Kelsey only got 2 out of that, they'll definitely gladly accept this penalty. Kylie, appreciate the good news. Appreciate you being here with me tonight. I hate talking to myself. Wyatt is the guilty party. Andy Reid was part of the Holmgren coaching tree. Pacheco gets the handoff on a 1st and 5, but he can't get much. Well, Holmgren did something Belichick hasn't been able to do. Train his underlings to be able to be successful in the NFL later on. Gruden, Steve Mariucci, Dick Geron, Ray Rhodes, they all led their teams to the playoffs, if not necessarily Super Bowl victories. So Mahomes in shotgun, and now we have a timeout. Oh, it's Green Bay who calls it. And LaFleur wasn't happy with what was going on. You wonder if either there weren't enough men or too many men on the field. So we are in commercial break. And oh, it's easy. The first stream ended because I forgot to plug in my laptop when I brought it out here from my bedroom. The stream actually kept going, but the timer kept going, but there was no data being allowed in for streaming purposes. So I had to stop it, start over. I decided to make it accessible for kids because I'm totally PG. And apparently when you do that, comments are turned off, and so is chat. So never mind. Had to go to attempt number 3. Now I'm back to where I should be, and I'm grateful I got figured out. Total noob behavior. Learn something new every day, or in this case, every Sunday. Like making sure you have a drink handy so you don't get a frog in your throat. So, let's see. So the Cardinals are now only the 3rd worst team in the NFL. Make of that what you will. They have 3 wins compared to New England's 2 and Carolina's 1. And they did it on the road. Well, they've been doing that for the past couple of years, and home was where the heart wasn't when it came to getting wins there. But they got 2 wins at home. Yeah, there was no way for me to explain what was going on because when the battery goes down to be able to save itself, it locks up the computer and then essentially turns the power off. It's what I hate about laptops. Typically, you're supposed to get a warning when the battery power hits a certain point. I know it, at least I have it to a point where it can conserve energy, but there was no warning down in the taskbar. So, Chiefs got a first down on that run, and now we've got the Wildcat, and Pacheco hands it to Tony, who's thrown down by Quay Walker. Oh, Walker, you got to be careful. It's bad enough that you're trying to assault opposing coaches on the sideline. Can't afford to throw down an opposing player and potentially get a flag. That was good of Pacheco to block a 290-pound lineman in Preston Smith. So Mahomes is back in there in shotgun, and he hands it off to Pacheco. He knows where his bread is buttered, and the bread is being buttered by Pacheco. Oh, what the hell did I say? Twice in a row? Oh, I screwed up twice in a row when it came to the stream and trying to get reestablished. Okay, first down and another handoff to Pacheco. And the linemen are trying to get him to the first down. The whistle still hasn't blown. And we got yet another first down. The lineman helped him out quite a bit. So he was held up at the 9, but then the linemen do their best to give him the brotherly shove, and there goes Pacheco again, but this time the line holds. No gain. It'll be second down and goal. And the third quarter has surprisingly come to a quick end. So we go to commercial. And oh, please don't start with that rigged crap. I've had enough conspiracy pandering in my lifetime. Unless you're saying it jokingly. You should put rigged in quotes to emphasize that, though. Or you should... never mind. Never mind. I need proof. I'm one of those I gotta see. As they would say for instant replays, clear and convincing evidence that something happened otherwise. Got some Powerade on my nose. All right. Should have given myself a napkin. All I had was Kleenex. And now we're back to the action as we send a drone down Lambeau Drive, which apparently has a public skating rink. .417 games have been played in these friendly confines for the Packers. So, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is in motion. Mahomes is in shotgun. And oh no! Oh wait, that was an incomplete pass. He tried to do the shovel passing to Edwards-Helaire, but Edwards-Helaire couldn't get a handle on it. It was thrown behind him, and defensive lineman Slayton, number 93, was able to knock it away. So now Mahomes is in shotgun, and he's back to pass, and he gets it to Noah Gray. Touchdown, Chiefs. That was made to look very easy. So now we got to see, are they going to try and screw things up and go for two again? Let's see what happens. Nope, Butker's going to kick. So, come on, let's go. There we go, and it's good. Oh, you want to send me more conspiracies? The color of the Super Bowl logo decides who makes it. Huh. Proof the last two Super Bowls. That's not something I focus my attention on. I suppose I'll have to look at images of the Super Bowl logo to see if that is indeed true. I think I hear music. Excuse me for a minute. I give you chair number 2 again. Ugh. Well, I turned off my heaters to see, or to try and hear where it's coming from. Interesting, I could hear it through my headphones. It's not terribly loud, though. I have very thin floor ceiling material. Little brat who lives upstairs is constantly stomping her feet and crying. I'm trying to give her a pass because her family's from Ukraine, so hopefully she didn't witness too many horrors to be the cause of all this outbursts. Or maybe she's just going through the terrible 2s or 3s. So I'd like to have some background music eventually if I progress further in my streaming efforts. Would at least drown out what's the noise that surrounds me. That's why I turned off the heaters. So we have a kickoff by Butker. Will there be another return this time? No, it was kicked out of the end zone. Let's see. So I'm able to see the Super Bowl 56 and 57 logos. I'll do a report on the next commercial. It's food for thought, and I appreciate that, Kylie. Oh, which message did you redact? I didn't get a chance to see it even. As Dylan gets 2 yards on a run. So it'll be second down as the fourth quarter starts. Oh, if you could, Kylie, please give me a thumbs up. Helps with the algorithm, as Mr. Grossi would say. Love's back to pass and is in trouble, but he's getting away. And Chris Jones was in hot pursuit. Tirico thinks it's a first down, and it is. And 43 forced him out of bounds. Love's now in shotgun, back to pass yet again. Guns it to Watson, but he only gets about 4 or 5. So Cook is out with an ankle injury, just as it was suspected. Under 13 to play in the game as the Packers try and put this away and improve their playoff hopes. Love back to pass. He gets it to Watson, who was in the man in motion at the time. Another first down. Got about 9. Okay. Boy, Love's really playing well, and so is Mahomes. There's only 6 incompletions between them, 3 each. I'm glad we have an exciting game going on. And just as I say that, they throw the flag. Delay a game on offense. Something that should be called more but isn't. But then that could go for any possible penalty, particularly holding and false starts and pass interference. So 1st and 15, balls at the Packers 41. Fullbacks in motion. And Love was in trouble, and he just uncorked it out of bounds. If Dobbs had turned around, he might have been able to try and get his hands on it, but he was skating down the field. Number 50, Gay, with the pressure. So it's 2nd and 15. Love gets the snap. Only a 4-man rush, but he's getting in trouble and throws it to, or tried to get to Wicks, but too low to the ground, and Wicks couldn't make the catch. So it's 3rd and 15. Big play. Big down here. So as the Packers offense awaits the play. Love's again in shotgun. Chiefs are possibly threatening blitz. They don't do it. It's another 4-man rush. Again, it forces Love out, and he throws it downfield, but too high for Reed. That was not what the Packers needed. They'll be forced to punt. If Reed had kept running, might have had a chance. So Whelan will be the punter. Gets it off, only his second of the night. And it goes out of bounds. And it'll be marked dead at the 19. Not ideal field position, but it could have been worse. As Santa hangs out with a toddler. And so we have a commercial break. Oh, yeah, the Super Bowl images. Well, 56 definitely had a lot of orange. You got to like that. Although there's no blue and yellow. At least not the kind of Rams yellow. Now, as for Super Bowl 57's logo, it's not so much green as aquamarine. And the red to signify the mountains, it's more like not red, but magenta. You've got orange and magenta as the colors, not bold red. So I don't know about that. That's a debunked conspiracy as far as I'm concerned. I'm debunking it right now. You can quote me on it and take it to the ATM. Yeah, it depends on who the broadcaster is. I know Grossi, he usually concentrates on the super chats. Jade Cook, who does a Minnesota Vikings vlog, she goes through every chat, regardless, and often ends up behind. Lauren Russell of She Got Sports, she'll acknowledge. She used to be able to do that. Now they're just going by too fast, and she just tries to acknowledge the chatter. Let's see. Tree is to the point where he's like Grossi and reading only super chats unless he notices something particular from one of the subscribers. Okay, we're back to the action. First down, Mahomes hands it off to Pacheco, but he only gets 2. It'll be interesting to see if they run the clock down as much as he can. It's rare that drives go more than 10 minutes, and there's 11. It's just a little over 11 minutes left in the game. Mahomes is in shotgun. He gets the snap. Back to pass. He's got plenty of time. Oh, he had Valdez-Scantling open, and again, he can't make the catch. Ugh. He had to turn around to be able to reach it. It wound up going behind him, but he was open. Ugh. As I adjust the screen accordingly. It's 3rd and 8 now. Mahomes back to pass again. And incomplete. They are desperately wanting a flag, but will not get one. 10:53 left. As we look at the replay, he was being guarded by Nixon. Can't see the third replay, so we see Townsend punting to Nixon, who is going to try and return it. And he's got some room. Oh, but he gets tackled by Connor, number 27. Great tackle by him to keep Nixon from making a huge gain out of it. Who will win MVP? There's been a strong argument made for Tyreek Hill. And certainly the Chiefs are probably regretting not signing him again. He's just lighting up secondaries like it's nobody's business. So we got Love and shotgun. I'll get back to that later. He hands it off to Dylan, who gets 5. I need to see more of the season to figure that out. The MVP race is something I don't really concentrate on. I'm more about the wins and losses of the teams. Purdy and McCaffrey from the Niners are legitimate contenders. I will say that. And we have Love back to pass this time. And he's forced to out of the pocket. And we got a flag down as he throws it out of bounds. I'm going to make an educated guess and say it's holding on the offense. Yep. $63. Indeed, Walker, as the commentators say. 9:55 left in the game. They grabbed him by... looked like he was going to grab him by the helmet, but it was just a jersey grab. So we have 8 on the penalty counter, 4 for each team. 2nd and 16. Love's in shotgun. Chiefs threaten blitz, but they only send 4. And Love, he's got wide open Dobbs. Definitely looking more comfortable in the pocket. Justin Reed had to keep him from getting up off the ground and trying to get a touchdown. And time keeps ticking. And we got 2 reverses. Christian Watson. Oh, he gets out of the way. And gets the first down before he's forced out of bounds. So it was an end around and then a reverse. And Dobbs did a nice work of cutting back and stiff-arming his way out of a tackle. Or Watson, excuse me. Or did I initially say Watson? At any rate, Loves fakes the handoff, and he has... Oh! Malik Heath, that's the first time I've called his name, had it, but dropped it. He was surrounded by 2 Chiefs defenders, so it was going to be a challenge to catch it. Okay, 2nd and 10. It's on the Chiefs 44. Watson's in motion. It's a handoff to Dylan, who finds a hole and gets a first down. Well, whatever the Green Bay Packers are doing differently, it's going well. For all the drama surrounding David Bakhtiari's injury woes, he's an all-pro they'd love to be able to have back. The O-line did well and has done well to open holes for the run game and protect Love in the passing game. Speaking of which, Love is back to pass and too high for everyone, intended for Watson. And it helps that Love has escapability, of course, which every quarterback needs to have nowadays. And we're almost halfway through the quarter. That's right. The Packers are the youngest team in the league. So, Love's in shotgun. Gets a quick pass off to Heath, who gets a first down and is tackled out of bounds by Reed. And Heath is really excited. I think that may be his first catch of the year. Certainly his first. Oh, no. It's just his first catch of the day. And he did a nice juke of Watson, 35. And it's now at the Chiefs 18. Love's in the shotgun, trips to his right. Reed was in motion and tried to throw it to the tight end Kraft, but he was in much duress. So it wound up over the head of Kraft. Now 2nd and 10. And he's in shotgun. And he's back to pass, getting the snap in time. Again, he's under pressure, really under pressure, and he tries to throw to Kraft, but no power in that throw, and he was really being sent back. Fortunate to not be sacked. I'm trying to think of other MVP candidates. I'll have to do that during the commercial. So 6:47 left. Every time the Packers have been in the red zone, they've gotten a TD. Let's see if they can make it 4. Love's in shotgun, Reed's in motion, and it's another 4-man rush, but he can't get away. Sack. Dana with the sack. So they'll have to kick the field goal, the Packers will. And Chiefs doing well to get pressure on Love without doing the blitz. Okay, Carlson going to attempt the 40-yarder. We have the snap, the hold, the kick, and it's good. So the Packers now have a 4-point lead. So, let's see. Pittsburgh TJ Watt gets mentioned a lot. Although when it comes to sacks, he's not the league leader. I'm trying to remember who is. You'd always argue for Jalen Hurts. Lamar Jackson. All the QBs who are leading their teams to big winning seasons. Trevor Lawrence. Josh Jacobs would be a dark horse candidate for the Raiders. He had a god-awful start to the season, but he's really picked it up lately. He may end up winning the running title. The NFL's become such a pass-happy league, it's hard to think of running backs. Derrick Henry seems to have been held in check for the most part. He's usually an automatic consideration. Ooh, Natasha Lyonne. Acting twin-like. Glad she's in better health. Oh, that's right. The Bengals play the Jags on Monday night. Now they're showing the AFC playoff picture. KC will still be leading the West. Even if they lose, they'll still be 2 games ahead of Denver. So Carlson ready to kick it off. And away we go. And he kicks it way to in the back. Well, kind of halfway into the back of the end zone. And they're showing the NFC playoff picture now. Mahomes back to pass on first, and he was struggling to get it off, but he gets it to to Rice, excuse me. I wonder if they'll give him forward progress. Boy, you gotta love Mahomes. If I didn't have a favorite to root for in the NFL based on geography, KC would be it. They're saying second and inches, so they did not give him forward progress. Mahomes is in the shotgun, and he's going to pass it, and he's going to pass it quite a ways to try to get to Rice, but that was overthrown. And now we have a late flag. As we await. Yeah, Rice got held. Wasn't much, or wasn't for long, but it was pass interference, and the home crowd does not like it. Ballantyne, the guilty party. And he's looking at the replay, it looks like. He's not shaking his head as to whether he disagrees or whether he got caught. So it sends it to the Packers 49. Mahomes in shotgun. Looked like he was going to. Oh no, it's intercepted! Keyshawn Nixon. Mahomes floated it out there for Rice, it looked like, and he overthrew it. I don't know what happened there. Did he overthrow it? More more just it, he wasn't in sync. And Nixon was able to catch up and grab it behind Moore. This could be a game killer for the Chiefs. Well, if the Chiefs want to get the number 1 seed, they got to figure out how to limit their mistakes. We're in a commercial break, obviously. And whoever has joined me, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, I got to remember to plug that stuff. One of these days, maybe I can get monetized. Although, right now it's just a matter of doing this out of enjoyment. And I am enjoying this game. It helps when it's competitive. It helps when the offenses are doing good stuff. And it's one thing when it's a defensive battle. It's another thing when the offense just blows chunks. Okay, no worries, Kylie. That was the first turnover of the game. So Jordan Love gets the pass off to Dobbs, who is tackled out of bounds by number 43, whose name I don't remember. And they keep showing replays of Nixon's interception. He bobbled it a little, but held on to it. So it's 2nd and 3. Got 7 out of that. Love's in shotgun again. And now the Chiefs really need to load up on the line. And Dillon is able to find a hole and keep the defense at bay until he gets the first down. I don't know if this game was flexed. I don't remember when they start doing that, although apparently the Patriots were supposed to be on Monday night tomorrow night when they play the Chargers, but instead it's going to be Cincinnati and Jacksonville, thankfully. Not that I won't be able to see it because I'll be working tomorrow. Okay, Love is on throwing in his back foot again after being pressured by Clark. That was intended for Kraft. It was overthrown, although the fans think he might have gotten held. No. He was blocking a linebacker and then trying to get out of the way of a defender. If the defender had run into Kraft, he'd have an argument. 2nd and 10. Love does the wide receiver screen thing to Wicks. Yeah, there'll be hope for a bunch of other teams. We got a brotherly shove happening potentially, and it's successful. The love shove. That's right. It's the Packers version. I really hope they don't ban this. There's a timeout for some reason. Packers' remaining schedule looks promising, although the last 2 games are against divisional rivals, the Vikings and the Bears. With the way the playoff race is, well, it seems like it's always like that, where it's very competitive, even in the middle of the season, as Dylan gets a huge chunky yardage. And apparently it was Kansas City that called the previous timeout, and they'd called another one. So the Bills are still in the hunt. A lot of teams are still in the hunt. Parody's a wonderful thing. Matt LaFleur is undefeated in December. Interesting statistic. 3:16 left. It's 2nd and 3 on the 34 of the Chiefs. And they do the pitch to Watson. And he stays down. Oh, dear. It would have sounded like a good idea for him to stay in bounds and keep the clock running, but he's hurt. Looks like his thigh, back of his leg. Thankfully, the Chiefs didn't make it any worse by piling on him after he hit the turf. So, whoever else has joined Kylie, thank you for stopping by as we await what happens to Watson. Another 2nd-round receiver for the Packers doing good. And it was a 1st down he got, so once he gets off the field, they may end up starting up the clock again. We'll wait and see. Love shove rhymes, by the way. So it's entirely appropriate for the Packers. And Watson's not been able to get off the field as he throws his ski mask in disgust. Goes into the blue tent. Okay, so Kansas City took a timeout to make sure the clock was stopped. I guess they would have started it up after he was off the field. Loves in shotgun. Hands it off to Dillon, who's trying to scoot for some yardage. Gets about a yard and a half. Don't worry about it, Kylie. Okay. So the clock is now running in earnest. 2nd and 9. Oh, yeah, the Packers could get a field goal, but it would still be a one score game. It's another run for Dillon, and again, another yard and a half. And we're going to come down to the 2-minute warning. I may have to sneeze, so bear with me. No, I forgot to take it off of mute. Oh, boy. Can you tell I'm a noob? Ay, 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 ay. So Carlson will come out to kick it. Let's see where they try and spot it. It's going to be at the 38, so it'll be a 48-yard attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick, it is near perfect. So Green Bay has an 8-point lead, but the Chiefs can still tie it. I'm sorry about that, forgetting to unmute myself. It's too early to say if a tie would allow the Packers to be in the playoffs. It certainly wouldn't help them as things stand now. A lot of teams with 6-6 in the NFC now. The Rams won, beating the Joe Flacco-led Browns. So they moved up to 6-6. They're like the Packers, and they're making a mid-season run. Let's see who else is at 6-6. Seattle is 6-6. Carlson kicks it off. Oh, they're doing a fair catch. We got a flag. It seemed like someone had moved early. You're supposed to remain stationary until the kick happens. They're saying offside. So, yep, he was offside. Got his motor running too soon. So instead of 25, they'll enforce the penalty at the 30. Oh yeah, the Falcons. Well, they're 6-6, but they lead the division, so they get to keep their spot if things hold up. In the meantime, Mahomes is back to pass. Oh, it's another drop. This time it was Pacheco. Not that he would have gained much. 3 to 4 at the most. The Vikings, the Seahawks, the Rams are the wild card teams that are 6-6. And then you've got Tampa Bay and the Saints at 5-7. And yeah, in the AFC, the Bills and the Broncos are among the 500 teams. And Mahomes is in trouble, and he's going to run it. And, oh! He got hammered as he was going out of bounds, but they're not going to throw. Now there is a flag, and now there's a bit of a kerfluffle. Ugh. Oh. They're doing the unnecessary roughness. His body was partially out of bounds, but his foot was still in bounds, and Owens was the guilty party. And McAuliffe is arguing against it. the uh, the helping formula official as part of the broadcast team. So Mahomes back to pass. He gets it to Rice, who has to hang on for dear life. And the ball came out, but they're saying he's down, even though Ballantine is racing for his life to get to the end zone, and Mahomes was trying to catch him. The ref seemed to indicate down by contact. Ugh. A lot going on now. Since it's under 2 minutes, there are no challenges that can be done, although turnovers can be automatically reviewed. And yeah, if the Bengals beat the Jags, they'll enter the 6-6 parade too, and they really need to get something going with Burrow out for the year. So between the flag and whether he's down, Packers fans are booing lustily. The refs are on. There's a ref on both sides of the sidelines trying to explain, ready to get explained to the coaches. Oh. So they got to do the review thing officially now. Well, so they'll review the fumble possibility and then well, either way, it's not going to go well for the Chiefs. It could be called a fumble, and then it would be a scoop 6, or it's not a fumble, and Pacheco gets flagged for throwing a left cross at Keyshawn Nixon. Oh. Pacheco's been thrown out. There was no fumble, but they get sent back to the 50. He had such a great game, Pacheco. And then because he was the second guy to mess around, he's the one that got caught. So Edwards-Helaire is now the backup choice. It's first down. Mahomes back to pass. Oh, he's going to bomb it. No flag. MVS had a guy on his back as he was trying to catch it. I'm betting this is a makeup call for what happened to Mahomes earlier. Threw the flag when they shouldn't have. Didn't throw the flag when they should have. Okay. There's a conspiracy for you. A momentary conspiracy. But Mahomes back to pass again, and he's in trouble, but he gets it off to Edwards-Helaire. He gets to the 42. And the clock is running. Mahomes back to pass again. He gets it to MVS, and he gets out of bounds. Oh. Ballantyne was doing his damnedest to keep MVS from going out of bounds. So 19 seconds left. It's at the 33 of the Packers. They maybe have 4 plays in them. And he's going to bomb it again. Incomplete. He overthrew MVS, and it was almost intercepted by Nixon. Oh, no, number 26. It wasn't Nixon. So 14 seconds left. Jones is trying to make sure his teammates are not keeping. Oh, wait. Now we've got a whistle. And that's Green Bay's last. So it looks like Kansas City got saved from a tough situation where they had a substitution error. Valentine, the Packer, defending the ex-Packer. The fans are at full throat as Mahomes is in the shotgun. Back to pass. Only a 3-man rush. And he's just throwing it out of bounds. He's got to get it into the end zone. The only chance he has within the field of play is to have someone who can get out of bounds. So we got a nail biter going, but I've clipped my nails so I can't bite them. And since I don't really have that much of a vested interest, I'm not going to be, oh, what the hell was that? Mahomes tried to do the quick throw to MVS, but it sailed over MVS's head. So now it's 4th down. They've got to get a touchdown now, obviously. I would not put it past Mahomes to do this. And they've got the heavy prevent defense with the Packers. Only a 3-man line. Whoops. And he huffed. Oh, did he get? Nope, incomplete. He tried to float it in like a short Hail Mary, but the Packers were able to defend it. And the game is over. Yep, LaFleur is now 16-0 in December. So doing the replay thing. Chiefs had their chance to catch it. So the playoff race gets further muddled. I just noticed you said the same thing twice, but the first instance had question marks and the second one was exclamation points. So Tony and 17, I forget his name, had their shot, and they're replaying the fact that Kelsey got pushed and had no chance to get it. Quite the game. And for every loss playoff team in contention gets, you rue the day that you let things be too close and don't finish it off. Didn't see much of Miss Swift. Good night, Kylie. I'll say the same. Whoever else is in here, thank you for showing up. Nothing left to say other than I'm thankful this was a good game. And definitely a lot to think about when it comes to the playoff race. Yes, I'll see you next week, Kylie. So, thanks to all those who joined in. Sorry I had a bunch of screw-ups, and I've got 3 parts of this to edit. If my editing software will comply with me. And, yeah. It was a heck of a time. So, as I say at every end of a stream, bye-bye. Bye, Bonds.